In the ancient halls of bonsai wisdom, some trees are honored like legends. The pine, strong and noble. The juniper, wild and wise. But hidden in the shadows stands the yew. Taxus Bonsai, quiet, overlooked. Yet for those who pause, who truly see, there lies a master. A truly exquisite species for bonsai. A tree of deep patience, of silent resilience. In Japanese bonsai culture, the Taxus is not loud, but it is lasting. It forgives the harsh hand and it buds back from age. Everything we actually look for in a wonderful bonsai, Taxus has it all. At first, we need to clean the base of the tree. This is not only for the aesthetics of the tree, but it will enhance the vigor and the health, giving the tree more access to nutrients and giving us the pleasure of observing nature firsthand. I have worked on this tree before. This is not a first styling. This is how to regain the shape of something that is really vigorous and growing well. Although we want the vigor, we also want it to stay in shape. I will be showing you the way I work on Taxus Bonsai. Right now, because the foliage isn't completely hardened off, you have two options. Either you pinch the new growth, or you come in with your scissors and cut away the new growth with the exception of 6 to 8 needles. When presented with an extremely healthy plant, it is often difficult to know where to start. I always isolate one pad. This is often the easiest way to begin, by isolating one and then going branch by branch. This here is a perfect example. I have a junction of 3 and I need to reduce it to 2, as you already seen in previous videos. This is where Mekiri begins. On strong zones we prune, but only just enough, back to 3, maybe 4 pairs of needles. Weaker areas we leave untouched. They need time, so we listen. We do this in order to keep the motor running. We want the tree to keep on growing. Every year it needs to grow just a little bit. I will also be removing old needles, especially around the crotches and further up the branch. Removing the needles around the crotches of the branches makes sure that we have enough space for our wire if we have to wire it in the future, or if we want to further wire some pieces today. Removing the needles further up the branch will induce back budding. The outer branches are actually there for the silhouette of your pad, but the inward branches, or the branches more up top, are actually there for the volume of your pad, making your pad look like a rounded off triangle instead of just a half circle. This, for example, is a body branch, and you need to cut a body branch shorter than a silhouette branch. This is going to be on the inside, almost like an extra layer. The ones a little bit higher are just slightly shorter, giving you a fuller pad. In this case though, it's a junction of 3. This was only an example just to show you, so I will be cutting it away. I will be filling it up with branches more up top. As you can see, this also can be a body branch, contributing to the all-round shape of the pad. Equally as important is getting rid of suckers, the new buds that are growing in the crotches of branches, because we do not need anything there. We want it to be clean so we can see the primary structure of our branch, giving us that aged appearance. With small detailed steps, we can achieve a large difference in aesthetics. I will be cleaning the undersides of my pads in order to create that real definition, that crisp line that brings order to the chaos that is nature in miniature. Now the first part of our tree is done. This gives us an indication or just the feeling for the rest of the tree. Every branch we work on gives us another piece of the puzzle. Almost every part of the Taxus is poisonous. Its needles, bark and seeds contain alkaloids that can cause severe heart and nerve damage. And yet within that poison, a cure, a paradox in green. From the slow-growing bark of a Pacific yew, scientists once extracted a miracle, a molecule named paclitaxel or Taxol, now used to treat cancers of breast, lung and ovary. A tree that was once overlooked is now saving lives in silence. When working on the apex, I try to create a dome shape, not a triangle. An older tree is a little bit more rounded, and in the meanwhile I try to regain definition by separating the pads. This gets lost very easily up top because of the vigor in the apex. Branches that point straight up, especially in the apex, are going to run, meaning that they are going to become very coarse, very thick, very fast. This is something we do not want, and this is something we have to remove. After all this work, there is a perfect opportunity to wire branches back into place, or new branches that have emerged this year, in order to create more ramification and a cleaner branch pad. Always wiring two branches simultaneously, this is the two-branch principle, and always respecting the direction of your wire and your branches, meaning that if your branch has to go to the right, you wire clockwise. If it has to go to the left, you wire counterclockwise. It's just amazing how a little bit of wire can create so much definition in a pad. My eyes settle on a branch that has quietly lost its way. It only needs a soft adjustment, a final tweak to guide it back into place. So I'll rewire it gently, anchor it to the deadwood, and with a slight turn of the wrist, I'll move it clockwise, bringing it into balance once more. When wiring Taxus, there is a special weaving technique. You're not really weaving, but you're removing one needle in order to make room for the wire. Through this technique, you gain greater control over your branch pads, allowing you to craft a smooth, refined finish, one that brings out the true grace of your tree. It also helps protect the newly formed foliage, ensuring that it remains unharmed during the process. As we close this chapter on Taxus Bonsai, I hope you discovered something new, something that invites you to pause, reflect, and truly see the beauty in this quiet, resilient tree. If you have any questions or thoughts, I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. Let's continue this journey together. And if you found something valuable in this process, consider liking and subscribing, for this is just the beginning of our shared exploration. Remember, bonsai is not only about shaping trees, but shaping patience, resilience, and growth. So take what you've learned and let it inspire you to keep growing, just as the trees do. Until next time, may your hands be steady and your hearts open.